Hello and welcome to part 6, where we'll be looking again at the timesheet, which we touched on briefly in part 1. From our employee tree view, let's have a look at someone's timesheet. So, you'll recall how we can see the clocking in and out times, total times calculated across the different rates, and also the shift or daily rule that has been assigned through the person's rota or work schedule. The timesheet is very editable. If we wish to assign a different daily rule, we can do that. We click here and then we select a different shift or daily rule to apply. And we can see how that the total times have been recalculated according to the settings of the new rule. If you notice, when we hover a mouse cursor over to each clocking time, it provides us with a little bit more information at the bottom about that clocking time. There's such items such as how the time has been rounded, any grace period which has been added. Also, if there's been an infringement, which we can see where a lowercase I is placed after the clock time, we can see at the bottom the reason for that infringement. In this case, late in, amount of time that's been lost, 1 hour. We can enter manual clocking in and out times, and we can select a reason for why we are entering these. Let's clock someone in at 8 o'clock here. So the reasons that we're entering in will be shown up during an audit trail, for example. Okay. So as well as being able to individually edit in and out times, we can actually elect to pay so many hours at a particular rate. So clicking on here, for example, again we can select a reason. Let's pay 8 hours at that particular rate. We can even put a comment in there. And that will show up on the timesheet here. If you notice the 3 lines at the bottom, the 3 totals, we can see that the first line here is basically just adding up the total amount of time worked at each column. If I just take that one out briefly, we can then look down at the second total column here, and what's happening here is a weekly rule is being applied. So there is a shortfall in the amount of basic time being worked. It's probably a 35-hour week, and the weekly rule clawback is being applied. So overtime is being taken from rate 3 down to rate 2 to rate 1 to make up the shortfall. The third line applies the rate multiplication factors to the total times. And also, if we wish to, we can apply monetary values of pay if we prefer, just by clicking on the show cost tick box. So that concludes part 6. In part 7 we'll have a look at how exceptions can be used to help us with the day-to-day maintenance of Focus. Thank you.